Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. State Labor wants the government to reinstate what it says is a vital Newcastle Trainlink service which has been cut. Acting Shadow Minister for Regional Transport Mick Veach says concerns have been raised by the Rail, Tram and Bus Union, who says the Monday to Thursday 10:48pm service from Central to Newcastle has been cancelled, leaving commuters with extended delays at Central Station. He says with COVID restrictions lifted this year, many families are flocking to Sydney for the Royal Easter Show, and many of them rely on the Trainlink service. Trainlink has blamed COVID and the lack of available crew for the cancellation. A coroner will hand down her findings today into a tragic helicopter crash which killed 5 passengers off the coast of Port Stephens in 2019. 3 people from Queensland and 2 from Sydney died when the restored Bell helicopter plunged into the sea on a stormy night off Barubie Point. The families of 4 of the passengers have described the pilot as being reckless. The Australian Transport Safety Bureau found the pilot wasn't trained to operate the helicopter at night and became disoriented. 15 young people dealing with the loss of a loved one will be able to attend a support camp in the Hunter thanks to a $15,000 donation from Newcastle permanent employees. Feel the Magic is bringing Camp Magic to regional New South Wales for the first time at Lake Macquarie in June. Charity CEO Adam Blatch says it's important for kids to know they don't have to deal with their grief by themselves.
It's like insurance for a parent to know that somebody's helping their kids look after the grief and the emotions that come with it that you just don't get in other services. Please reach out if you know somebody who needs our kind of support, that has experienced the death of a parent, guardian or a sibling. We want to make sure that we're right there in the community to help those families who need us the most.
A subsidiary of Beta Poultry has failed to overturn a fine and conviction for an ammonia leak at its Beresfield plant 4 years ago. 11 people had to be treated by paramedics and 9 taken to hospital for observation. Just over 2 kilograms of ammonia was discharged when a contractor ignored an out-of-service tag on an ammonia liquid valve and turned it on during maintenance on a refrigeration system at the Beresfield plant. The company was fined $50,000 in order to pay the EPA's investigation and legal costs, and the court has upheld the fine and costs order. Women's support provider Carrie's Place has launched a new Butterfly Effect donation appeal ahead of Mother's Day. The organisation is encouraging locals to donate on behalf of their mum and give back to the Hunter's women in need by helping to fund the crisis services. CEO Jane Close says with Mother's Day on the way to the federal election, women's support should be a hot topic.
I think a lot of the politicians are aware, but we're calling for action and action needs to be taken, really. And as we all know, COVID's brought lots of different challenges to lots of different businesses, but COVID's brought increasingly complex challenges to community organisations who are working with domestic violence and homelessness.
And Lake Macquarie Council will make an announcement about the International Air Race Series this morning. The announcement will be made at Lake Macquarie Airport and include local pilot Matt Hall, who won the series in 2019.
2NURFM Sport.
The Knights have hit another hurdle in their attempts to sign Anthony Milford, with the NRL Integrity Unit now investigating the night of the playmaker's arrest. It's now alleged the 27-year-old pushed a woman to the ground during the incident, causing injury to her neck and head. Meanwhile, the club will be bolstered by the return of David Clemmer from injury for this weekend's match against the Dragons. Fan favourite winger Edric Lee will also make his first appearance for the club in almost 18 months after recovering from a serious foot injury. Jets duo Taylor Regan and Olivia Bumal are a chance of returning this weekend for the club's clash against Melbourne Victory at McDonald Jones Stadium. The pair have missed the last 2 matches with injury after coming off in the club's draw against Perth Glory last month. And Valentine will be hoping to get their NPL season back on track against Maitland at Cook Square Park tonight. The club have faced a turbulent start to the season with the weather limiting them to just 1 game in the opening 6 rounds. And the winning numbers in Oz Lotto are 2, 14, 23, 25, 26, 27 and 30, and the supplementaries are 4 and 36. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.